This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
And good morning, I'm Lacey Roberts. Today is Saturday, August 1st, and I know we've been talking about it the past couple days, but today is still a severe weather alert day. Let's go ahead and bring in our meteorologist, Brooke Marshall, to see what we can expect for today. I know, Brooke, we were watching some of that thunderstorms move through. Is that what we can expect all day, or is it just for this morning?
Lacey, we are going to be seeing these showers pretty much all day. However, our main threat is actually going to be this afternoon. So this morning's looking a little bit nicer. By the time we get to this afternoon, though, probably going to want to head indoors. But let's take a look at some of these current conditions for this morning. If you look at one of our cameras into downtown Whitesburg, you can see right now really just dealing with this fog. You can see those kind of dense areas there. So just be careful if you are out on those roadways this morning, because we are seeing just a little bit of patchy fog and a few showers as well. However, temperatures looking pretty similar to what we've been seeing pretty much the past couple of weeks, anywhere from those upper 60s to those lower 70s this morning. But you can see where those showers really just kind of skidded across our western counties this morning. So those of us more to the west probably have already started to see some of these showers pop up this morning, already dealing with that soggy weather. Those of us more towards central Kentucky and east, a little bit drier, but we are definitely going to be seeing some thunderstorms today, especially by this afternoon. We are going to be seeing those storms ramp up, and temperatures going to be staying a little bit cooler and in those mid 80s thanks to that, but you're going to be wanting to stay indoors and not be able to get outside and enjoy those quite as much. However, the risk is going to be staying at a low severe risk. We are going to be staying at the lower end of the severe weather scale. However, we are going to be seeing a few risk factors as we head into this afternoon, mainly being those higher winds and some higher amounts of rain, possibly causing some minor flooding issues. So definitely make sure you have a way to get those watches and warnings as we head into those afternoon hours today. Lacey?
Thanks, Brooke. And it's actually a good day to have that weather app. And Kentucky surpassed 30,000 coronavirus cases yesterday. That includes 778 cases reported since Thursday. We also learned about 4 more deaths, raising the death toll to 734. One of those deaths was in Perry County, a 63-year-old man. But for a third day, Friday, our positivity rate dropped 5.43%. And as people recover from COVID-19, some patients may experience long-term effects from the disease even after they are fully recovered. WYMT's Dakota Makeris spoke with a local infectious disease doctor and has more on what some people are experiencing.
It's actually devastating to me as a physician and to the patient.
Dr. Ferris Cotter is the chief of infectious disease at ARH and MCHC.
We treat a variety of conditions, including bacterial infections like pneumonia, meningitis, sepsis.
Infectious disease doctors also treat viral infections like COVID-19. Dr. Cotter says there are immediate complications of the virus.
Shortness of breath, you cannot breathe anymore. You get pneumonia, you go to the hospital, you need supportive care, oxygen.
After 60 days of the infection, only 12.6% of patients are fully recovered. Dr. Cotter says 87.4% still deal with the long-term effects of COVID-19.
Most of these patients have what we call lung scarring. Their lungs are scarred and they're not able to do what they used to be before. They're short of breath, and their lungs are not functioning the same.
Patients even experiencing heart complications.
They don't have to have chest pain or they don't have to have a heart attack. The studies show that there are long-term complications on the heart from chronic inflammation.
Anxiety, depression, PTSD, and chronic fatigue syndrome are also some long-term side effects of COVID-19.
We know that virus can go to the central nervous system. Ability to solve problems. They're not as sharp in thinking as they used to be before the infection. Some of them need cognitive behavioral therapy.
Patients can see a lung doctor or a behavioral therapist to try to improve the effects.
Hold them tight, stay the course, and hopefully the future research will show what we can do more to reverse these long-term effects.
Dakota Makeris, WYMT Mountain News.
And Morehead State is providing more details about what campus life will be like when students return in the fall. A few of the changes include the requiring of masks in all campus building, except when you're in your dorm room. Leaders say there will be less people living on campus in residential halls, as well as in face-to-face classes. 1/3 of courses will be offered online. Morehead will be partnering with local health officials to provide COVID-19 testing. And classes will start in less than 3 weeks at UK, but the classrooms will look a little different. UK is adding a 375 portable plexiglass partitions in classrooms. That's to keep the professor distant from students. In some classrooms, certain seats have been blocked off. Out of a 300-seat lecture hall, only 58 seats are open. There will also be hand sanitizer available, and UK is limiting elevators to one person at a time. Signs have also been placed in the bathroom reminding people to sing the UK fight song while washing your hands. And the Pikeville Police Department is still searching for answers almost 2 months after a Pikeville man went missing. But they need your help to put those pieces together. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more about a new development in the case.
Pikeville police believe this woman, Sky Smallwood, is connected to the disappearance of Wesley Hook.
We're looking for her right now. She is wanted. She's believed to be in the Richmond or the Lexington area somewhere.
After finding his car burned with human remains inside earlier this month and arresting 3 people in connection, police believe they are close to finding the truth.
But statements that we have received lead us to believe that may be Wes Hook.
Those statements from Eric DeLeon, Enos Little, and Crystal Williams, all suspected to be involved, point to one thing. But the human remains found in the car have yet to be identified.
The loss of a child is terrible. I don't know how that feels myself, but I have children, and I can't imagine the unbearable pain that the Mr. and Mrs. Hook is feeling right now.
And the Hook family just wants answers.
Not know if that's their child, or if he's still alive somewhere. As far as we know, he's still a missing person, and that's what we're dealing with right now.
Officers believe finding Smallwood will bring them one step closer.
And so far, these tips have led to what we have now, and the family, anything to help them. Right now, they are searching for answers also.
As they continue to search for the truth. In Pikeville, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, if you do see Smallwood, police ask that you call 911 or the Pikeville Police Department. They say your tips are bringing the family closer to the truth. And more people are receiving mysterious packages of seeds. The Kentucky Department of Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles says they've received hundreds of calls about those packages. The USDA says it appears to be a marketing scam. However, anyone who receives the packages should put them in an airtight bag and send them to the USDA's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service. The Kentucky Department of Agriculture has also set up a website with information on if you receive the seeds. And the coronavirus pandemic has canceled many events, including the law enforcement torch run for Special Olympics in Kentucky. Troopers with Kentucky State Police came up with a new way to raise donations while social distancing. This week, all 16 posts have hosted Cover the Cruiser. For a donation of $1 or more, your name covers a police car.
The job of a police officer and a trooper is to make our communities a better place to live, as well as helping those who can't always help themselves. So when we can be a partner with groups like Special Olympics and help to assist their cause, then it's a no-brainer to get on board with that.
The donations will be added up before an official number is released. If you would like to still donate, you can contact your local KSP post or visit the Special Olympics website. And it's almost been 1 year since an event that few people in Lincoln County and surrounding areas will ever forget. A year ago today was when a gas pipeline exploded. A year later, that area looks much different. WYMT's Phil Pendleton went back there and has more on a new lawsuit just filed on behalf of nearly 100 people.
Green grass and lots of it. Hardly what this area looked like when the sun came up on the morning of August 1st, 2019.
The bark on that tree is gone. Can you see that behind you there?
Oh, yeah. Jason Grivis is one of the few people who still lives within sight of Enbridge Pipeline number 25 off of Indian Camp Road in Moreland.
We don't have any neighbors left anymore.
Nearly everyone moved away in the days, weeks, and months after a 30-foot wide pipeline ruptured and then exploded, sending a massive plume of fire into the sky. One woman died, 6 were hurt, and dozens say they may never forget or get over what happened.
They have testified under oath as to the impact on their lives.
Ephraim Helton is representing 85 people who lived within 2 miles of the blast site.
Common thread that has gone through all of these individuals, none of whom heard each other testify, is I would believe each one of them suffers from PTSD.
Some feared the blast was a train exploding or they were going to die.
The end of the world was happening. There was one family that huddled and felt the rapture was here. Another family felt there had been a nuclear explosion.
The allegation is that Enbridge knew about the danger and could have prevented it.
We are claiming negligence, and we believe once we see the final NTSB report, we may have a gross negligence which gives rise to punitive damages or punishing damages.
An NTSB spokesman says the investigation into the blast is still ongoing. In Lincoln County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
And we reached out to Enbridge for comment, and they did not respond. The lawsuit does not contain a dollar amount being sought on behalf of those alleged victims. Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the NAIA becomes the latest organization to move its season, but it's not as cut and dry as some might think.
And we're keeping an eye on that storm threat later today. I'll be providing details on timing and impacts.